Well, hello guys. Well, this is Mrs. Lex, and I want you to come with me tonight. It's nighttime. It's like 2 o'clock a.m. in the morning in Indiana, and I'm still up. So while I'm up, and my lighting kind of vamped on me. So when it dropped, the bulb broke. So I have to wait to get a new bulb for it. Um, in the morning. So until then, you can somewhat see me and not see me. So I'm like a black and white photo. Hey, but anyway, guys, I want to talk to you guys about your enemies. We all have them. We all have enemies, haters nowadays that they call them, jealous people. Okay. And I want to talk to you guys about that because, like I said, I'm 51 years old and I've had many of different colors. And I don't mean where I'm going around killing people's family and all of this and doing something to have a reason why a person would hate you, dislike you. But some people will not like you just because. Do you believe that or not? I remember being a single mother of four. I had my kids like 1, 2, 3, 4. They were stair steps, but I was married. Okay, let's put that in there. One child out of marriage, the rest is marriage. Okay, so I was trying to be a young woman. He and I trying to do the right thing as young couples, but it just didn't work out. But I remember being a young mother, and I qualified to live in these government subsidized project housing, you know, and I always seen welfare and stuff like that as a stepping stone. I never seen myself permanently um, being tied in there for too long. I always used it as a stepping stone. When I was 18, I bought my house, and I was still a senior in college, and I bought a house at the age of 18. And so that's what I got accustomed to. I got used to living in my own house. But when I sold it, kind of got duped out of it. So that was one thing that I learned in buying a house, you know. And the way how it was done should never happen. But God blessed me with another one. So here in Indiana again. So that's a blessing. And but when I was living in the projects, I only would get up. My only mind focus was get up, go to work, drop the kids off at daycare, and go to work. That's my only focus. Get off of work, pick the kids up from daycare, go home, fix them something to eat, get ready to start the next day all over again. Same routine. And go to church because I was in church then. And some of the ladies, they used to think, and I don't know why people always had this thing about me thinking that I was better than them. I always stayed to myself, and I'm that way till today. I don't like gossiping. I hate it. Like God find certain things an abomination in my heart, my own personal heart. I find gossiping abomination. I hate it. I despise it. I have a distastefulness towards gossiping in a negative way about other people. So I never involved myself in that, not even at work. And I wasn't into just sitting on my porch all day with a 40, drinking, turning it up, and just gossiping. I didn't want to do that. I wasn't that type of woman. And plus, it was about me and my kids, working, take care of my kids as a single mother, young mother at that. So I used to hear them say, oh, she just thinks she better than us. No, I didn't. That never came across my mind. That's something that your imagination, your thoughts about me came into your mind and you just spoke it. No, no. So, I would get up, my little 4 kids would be walking right behind me like little ducks in a row, you know. And I would get up, go to work, and take them to childcare, go to work. And, I always got talked about. I always got picked on until I got sick and tired of being picked on. And then I fought back. No problem. Little hands and all, or a weapon. So, anyway, I'm not encouraging that, but I am encouraging self-defense when you have to, because some people will cross that boundary lines with you. And so when they cross that too far, you're going to have some kind of weapon to protect yourself. So anyway, so I do believe in legal self-protection, because we have a right to protect our property. So anyway, so not liking me because I'm going to work. And it's not like I'm going to work to a big paying job. I'm going to work to a job that pays me $3 an hour. That's in the nursing home when I got started. $5 an hour. J.C. Penney's was still paying people $5 an hour. I worked J.C. Penney's. I mean, like, these places wasn't paying me a lot of money. You understand? So that's why I ended up going in the projects for a little while. So all throughout my life, even in school, because I was different, I have small hands, and my hands have been doing everything that longer hands would do. I worked in factories. Matter of fact, by me having smaller hands, it became an advantage because I could reach smaller parts and into smaller spaces that longer, thicker hands could not do. So, but I never allowed my disability to become a disability and a crippling in my life. Nor did my aunt, even though that household that I grew up was like confusing, because I'm getting molested and raped at the same time, but at the end of the day, I'm also hearing some positive words being spoken to me through my aunt. You understand? So it's very like a love confused household. Okay, so I'm not going to get into that, but I wanted to talk to you guys about your enemies, because a lot of young people are getting confused, and especially a lot of young women, and especially a lot of young black women. You're not understanding why they don't like me. What's going on? Why are they jealous of me? What's going on? Okay, I can't tell you what's really going on in each individual woman's head about you. I really cannot. I cannot tell you. I cannot explain to you. But sometimes Satan comes through or influence on the outside around a person. His hatred towards you, his dislikement towards you, his jealousy towards you, because the Spirit of God rests upon your head, rests all over you. It's like a mark all over you, and they know it. The demons know it. Satan knows it. Your enemies know it. Your haters know it. But God also placed haters in our life in order to better us as well. Because if you look at it on a positive tip, you will see that because the haters, sometimes it was your driving force. Because they hated me so much and they didn't want to see me make it, it was my driving force. That's when I was younger, okay? But you would think that as you get older, that stuff dies down because people are old. Some of us is on crutches and in a wheelchair or something. You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't have strokes, heart attacks, all this stuff. Got diabetes or whatever. So you would think that it would taper down, dry down, but don't you know how funny it looks to see older women still got that jealousy for no reason? If you ask them why, they could not explain. That's the same with asking a racist person, why do you hate me? And they cannot give you a sound, logical explanation. Sorry, guys. So I wanted to talk about that tonight while I'm in the dark. Okay, I know I look scary as heck, but anyway, that's what uniqueness is about. Having uniqueness to yourself and just being yourself. Even if you have to do a YouTube video in the dark, okay? So, anyway, I want to just say that you got enemies to make you better. The heck you mean? I got enemies to make you better. Because I guarantee you, the strong person inside of you is not going to let them win. The strong person that's inside of you is not going to let them have the last say about you. Because when you know who you are in God, and you know that God has a divine plan for your life, you're not going to let them win. And plus, God keeps certain people around in your life that don't like you, that despise you. Ugh. They got that face on. That's a song that my daughter Natisha made, face. You know, when people don't like you, they're like, ugh. They got that face on. I like that song. It's called Woe Faces on SoundCloud. Natisha Lax, Lax. But anyway, had to do a plug-in. But anyway, so you have to look at all the successful people before you and how they use their haters as a motivation, as a form of motivation. Stimulate me. Shit. Stimulate me. Hate me. I don't care, because that's going to be my driving force. Sometimes you get mad when they're not hating you, because it's like, oh, it's boring. I need to go find some different type of motivation now. Okay? So, it's like, for the young ladies that's confused, it's like, look at it this way. Pharaoh and his army came chasing after the children of Israel, because Pharaoh was hardened by God. He allowed it to be hardened because God had something to prove to Pharaoh that day. That's why he told Moses, stand still and watch the salvation of the Lord take place today. The enemies that you see today, you will no longer see them. And God already had a plan for them. But God had to get them in the right position, in the middle of the Dead Sea, in the middle of the Red Sea, in the middle of the sea, so that they couldn't run to the left and they couldn't run to the right. They were stuck right there in the middle. Sometimes you gotta give your enemies, your haters, just enough rope. When they lying on you, give them enough rope to hang themselves. Because eventually, when somebody lying on you, and especially if they do drugs or something, or they smoke weed, they're going to get confused somewhere down the line. The one story is going to turn into either a big one or they just forgot. Because because the drugs have eaten up their brain cell, okay? So don't even worry about that, okay? So it's like, at the end of the day, God said, I have prepared a table before you in the midst of who? Your enemies. What? I have prepared a table, a feast, a gathering. My enemies gonna be there too? Yeah, because when God get to blessing you, He wants your enemies to see the blessing upon you. Okay? So it's like, don't worry about your enemies. Don't worry about your haters. Back in my days, used to be like, don't worry about them that's jealous of you. So what? You know? So what? I mean, I used to be bigger than this, and you would think it was like the more prettier girls, slimmer girls, they will always talk about how big my hips was. Hips, but I had a tiny waistline, but hips, how my shape looked, all the time. And then I went on this roller coaster, figure like, oh, I'll just lose a lot of weight, trying to please people in this world. They still talked about me, and I was slim as heck. I was like 120 pounds, looking like a skeleton, looking like I was on crack. You know what I'm saying? And so, I stopped that because I've always been a thickness running my family, especially on my daddy's side. My daddy had hips, okay? So, yep, Leon Wims, he had hips. And so, it's like, it's a matter of being able to always keep your head up. That's what kept me going too. I listened to TUPAC a lot, especially that song, Keep Your Head Up, no matter what. Keep your head up. That's probably why they thought that I thought that I was better than them. And then in a sense, it's like, well, if you want me to be better than you, then I am. I am that I am. If you say I'm better than you, then that's what I am then. Okay? At the end of the day, I cannot convince you otherwise, and I'm not going to jump through hoops like a circus clown or a circus animals to keep jumping through hoops to please you. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to pleasing God or man. There's no in between. And so, who are you going to love more? Man or God? At the end of the day. So, to especially the young women, I know older women still go through this. Older women still go through this, especially if she's beautiful. She has a very unique personality, because not everybody that's beautiful on the outside have a loving, tender, virtuous woman disposition. And sometimes people get jealous of you because of that disposition is already born inside of you. That virtuous woman. You read the book of is it Proverbs 31? Let me just check with my Bible. I have my Bible. I think it is Proverbs 31. If not, you guys please correct me. I have my Bible. I must have left it out there in the living room. But, yeah, I think it's Proverbs 31. Okay, I hate to misquote the Bible. So, but I don't have it on me. So, but anyway, virtuous woman. It's all about her taking care of her household and her family. She's not running the streets, gossiping about this person, that person, slandering people's name, defamation of a person's character and their reputation. Come on. That gotta be a hater big time. Slandering your name because I had them. Accusing you of doing things like crack cocaine. I don't do drugs. They don't understand. I will take a public video tape, a hair analysis. Oh yeah, I'm bald headed. So, but anyway, you can still pluck out that little bit or whatever I got up there. Anyway, a hair, pee, or blood, honey. You can take my blood. I don't care. I guarantee you. And we could go to federal court. And I'll do it in front of a federal judge. I don't do drugs. I never liked it. I was part of the DARE program. If anybody know about DARE, that's the Say No to Drug Police DARE program. So it really encouraged me, and it had an impact on me, and I never liked it. And plus, when I did try to smoke weed when I was 13 years old, I got an ass whooping with an iron cord, and that ass whooping lasts for a long, long, long time. So therefore, guys, it's like, especially for the young women, because they get complex, they get confused, they don't understand, they go to the extreme trying to please everybody and still not pleasing no one. There are some people out there that no matter how nice you be, how friendly you be, they don't like you. That's almost like really having a racist person in your face, really showing all the signs, even telling you, I don't like you, you're black in, and you still trying to kiss their ass. In other words, please forgive me if you're too overly religious, but I do like to break things down and keep it real. Okay? Kiss their butt. How about that? Okay? So why go to the extreme and trying to kiss somebody's butt that's obviously don't like you, hate you for whatever the reason, because your hair is bald, your hair too long, your hands is short, your hands too long, your legs too short, your legs too long, all this headache, melodrama, petty things. And there's people that don't like you as an American and thinking every day of how to destroy other people of the American. Come on now. There's other things for you to be worried about. So when you see those, and it's not always women that hate on you. Sometimes it's men that hate on you because maybe you ain't giving him time of day. Maybe, he's thinking that you're better than him. Insecurity on his part, right? So I don't know if this is enough wisdom or, enough knowledge, message, but it was on my heart tonight. I might do one more video before I call it. But I don't want you as a young woman to feel like it's you. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not you. It's what's inside of you that the other spirit in that person hate. Because you have the anointing and they don't. You have special gifts, and I'm talking about spiritual gifts, and they don't. There are some people have the gift of prophecy. They have the gift to see dreams. They have the gift to see visions. They have the gift to sing, preach, teach, evangelize, missionary. Some people have the fivefold ministry. They're a preacher, they're a teacher, they're evangelist, they're a missionary, and a prophet. So you can't do nothing about that. The only thing that you can do is be who God called you to be. That's it. So I don't want you can call me Mama Lax, Grandma Lax, I don't care. But I don't want you to be walking around thinking that it's you. No, the haters that's jocking you or that sitting up there talking mad stuff about your name, about your family, about your reputation, all that, they got psychological problems because they watch and obsess over you. They there every day around the clock. You mean to tell me that's not a problem? It's not you. It's them. Keep your head up.